Welcome to the deep dive. Take a moment, settle in with us. Today, we're setting out on a bit of an exploration. We're looking at 5 really interesting digital tools. Each one is designed to be, well, like a unique guide on your English learning journey.
Yeah, and learning a new language can feel like a pretty big task, can it? Sometimes just figuring out where to even begin is the toughest part. So our aim today is really to shine a light on some resources that are genuinely accessible and effective, too. Make that path a bit clearer, maybe more enjoyable.
Exactly. And this isn't just about, rattling off a list of apps. It's more about getting under the hood, understanding the sort of philosophy behind each one, and how its specific features might click with different ways people learn or the different goals we all have when we're tackling English.
Think of it like unpacking a toolkit.
Yeah, a personalized toolkit for English. So where do we kick things off? Which tool is first?
Okay, let's begin with one that, well, many people might already know. It's a very popular starting point. Duolingo.
Duolingo. Yes. The famous green owl, you can't really miss it. This platform, it really has done something quite smart, hasn't it? Making language learning feel less like, well, homework.
And more like a game.
Yeah, exactly. Like a game you actually want to keep playing.
That's the core of it. Gamification. It gives you points. You level up. There are even leaderboards. It taps into that natural desire we have for achievement, for consistency, and that playful feel. It can be a surprisingly strong motivator to stick with it daily.
And it seems to cover those basics pretty well, right? It's not just like digital flashcards.
Oh, absolutely. Duolingo works through vocabulary systematically. It helps you get the hang of basic English sentence structures, and it even gives you a first go at pronunciation, all in these short, kind of manageable daily lessons.
Right. Breaking it down like that makes it seem much less intimidating, especially if you're just starting out.
Totally.
And you mentioned the owl. There is something about those little nudges, the well-done messages. It keeps you engaged, feeling like you're actually getting somewhere.
That positive reinforcement.
So if we were to sum up Duolingo's main strength, what would that be?
I'd say its key benefit is making those first steps really engaging and helping you build a consistent routine. It's really ideal for absolute beginners or maybe someone looking for a fun way to build that foundation in vocabulary and basic grammar, or even just to supplement other ways they're learning. It's about making starting out feel, well, sustainable and enjoyable.
That's a really clear way to put it. Okay, let's switch things up a bit. Our second tool offers a very different angle. Almost more immersive, I suppose. Cake English. This one sounds interesting.
Yeah, Cake English is pretty cool. What makes it stand out is how it uses short, real video clips. We're talking actual snippets from YouTube, bits from TV shows, scenes from movies, real English conversations.
Okay. So instead of those sort of perfect textbook sentences, you're hearing English as it's actually used day to day.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. You get exposed to natural speech patterns, common slang, those everyday expressions you might not find in more formal lessons.
That sounds incredibly useful for just getting a feel for the rhythm and flow of real spoken English.
It really is. It's like getting a window onto English in its natural habitat, so to speak.
And you're not just sitting there watching, are you? There's an active part, too.
Right. You're not just passive. Cake lets you practice repeating phrases from the videos. There's this thing called shadowing.
Shadowing?
Yeah, where you try to repeat what you hear almost at the same time.
Yeah.
It's fantastic for working on your pronunciation, your intonation, just getting that natural sound.
I can see that. So for someone who maybe learns best visually or by hearing things in context and who really wants to understand how English works in real life, Cake sounds like a really strong contender.
Definitely. It suits visual learners very well and anyone who's motivated by understanding authentic communication and those little nuances.
Okay, interesting. So Duolingo builds the foundation with games. Cake immerses you in real video. What's tool number 3?
Right. Moving along, we have Falou. Now, Falou takes a slightly different approach again. Its big focus is on getting you to practice speaking, like right from the start.
Speaking from day one. Wow, that tackles what's probably the biggest fear for many learners head on. How does it actually encourage that?
Well, Falou's method is built around practicing dialogues, repeating key phrases, stuff you'd actually use. But the key thing is, it gives you instant feedback on how you sound, on your pronunciation.
Oh, okay. So it's actually listening as you speak and telling you right away how you did.
Exactly that. And that immediate feedback loop is so valuable. It helps you spot where your pronunciation might be a bit off compared to a native speaker. And it reinforces the correct sounds and intonation right as you're learning.
It sounds almost like having a very patient speaking coach on demand.
That's a good way to think about it, yeah. The real advantage is that Falou pushes you to actually produce the language, which could be a massive confidence booster, you know? Helps you get over that initial hesitation about actually trying to speak.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that being a game changer. Sometimes just feeling okay about opening your mouth and trying is the hardest part. So Falou sounds great for pushing learners into active communication early on.
It really is. Okay, so that brings us to our fourth tool. This one zooms in on a very specific but incredibly important part of sounding natural, pronunciation accuracy. We're talking about ELSA Speak.
ELSA Speak, right. I have heard about this one. People say it's kind of the leader for pronunciation help. It's all about refining how you sound.
Precisely. ELSA bills itself as your AI pronunciation tutor. It uses some pretty sophisticated artificial intelligence to analyze your speech with, well, remarkable detail.
So it's more than just correct or incorrect.
Oh, much more. LSA gives you really granular feedback. It pinpoints the exact sounds or even parts of words where you're spot on. And crucially, identifies exactly where you could make adjustments. It might even show you, like visually, how your sound compares to the target.
Wow, that level of detail sounds incredibly helpful, especially for learners who are really serious about sounding clearer, more natural when they speak English.
It's invaluable for that specific goal, yeah. If you want to improve your clarity for work, or just generally sound more native-like, ELSA provides really targeted advice based on that deep speech analysis.
Sounds like an amazing resource for anyone maybe a bit self-conscious about their accent or who just wants to polish their spoken English to a really high level.
It certainly is. And that leads us to our fifth and final tool for today. This one offers a totally different vibe again, very human, very connection-focused. It's called Lingbe.
Lingbe. Okay. The name itself suggests linking up, connecting people. What's the story here?
That's exactly it. Lingbe is basically a platform built to connect language learners with other speakers all over the world, and importantly, in real time.
So less about structured lessons, more about just talking, having real conversations.
Pretty much. It works on the principle of language exchange. So you get to chat with native English speakers. And often, they're learning your native language. So you help each other out. It's a two-way street.
That's a fantastic idea, like having an instant language exchange buddy just a click away.
Right. And the benefits are huge. It's brilliant for building speaking confidence in a, pretty relaxed setting. You get genuine, real-world conversation practice that just flows naturally. And hey, you might even make some cool connections with people from different cultures.
So if your main goal is to just get comfortable speaking, overcome that shyness, and experience real, unpredictable English chat with actual people, Lingbe sounds perfect.
It really is. It brings the whole social communication aspect of language right to the forefront.
Okay, wow. So we've covered quite a bit of ground there with 5 really distinct tools. Maybe we should do a quick recap of their main strengths.
Yeah.
Just to summarize for everyone listening.
Yeah, good idea. So we start with Duolingo. That's great for making learning fun, getting you into a routine, especially at the start, using those game mechanics. Then there was Cake English, using real short videos for exposure to natural, everyday English. Really good for visual learners.
Right. Then Falou, pushing you to actually speak from day one with that instant pronunciation feedback.
Exactly. Followed by ELSA Speak, the specialist tool, using AI for super detailed pronunciation analysis and improvement. If you want to sound clearer, that's the one.
And finally, Lingbe, connecting you with real people around the world for actual conversation practice through language exchange, building confidence through talking.
That covers them.
And I think looking across all of them, no matter how different they are, a key thing seems to be consistency, right? Even just a little bit of time each day seems like it would really add up.
Oh, absolutely. Consistency is king in language learning. And, it's also really important to think about your own style. How do you learn best? What are your main goals right now? Are you visual? Is speaking the big hurdle? Do you like games? Asking those questions helps you figure out which tool, or maybe even a mix of tools, will work best for you and keep you motivated.
That's a great point. So as you continue on your own English language journey, this path of learning and growth, maybe think about how slotting 1 or 2 of these digital tools into your routine could open up new doors, new ways to communicate, understand, connect.
It's definitely an adventure.
It is. And these tools can be really helpful guides. So keep exploring, keep practicing, and just be open to the amazing progress you can make.